南无萨旦陀苏切多耶，阿拉诃帝三藐三菩提歇。南无萨旦陀佛陀具智塞尼山。南无萨婆波陀波提萨埵毗毗。南无萨多南三藐三菩提具智南娑舍那婆伽僧伽南。南无卢吉阿罗汉多南。南无苏卢多波罗南。南无娑竭利陀切弥南。南无卢吉三藐切多南。三藐切波拉提波多罗南。南无提婆离塞南。南无悉陀耶毗帝耶陀罗离塞南。舍波奴揭拉诃娑诃娑拉摩陀南。南无巴拉诃摩尼。南无因陀罗耶。
What I just recited was the first 28 lines of the Shurangama mantra. These 28 lines tell us to take refuge in all the Buddhas, all the Bodhisattvas, all the hearers, all those enlightened by conditions, and all the gods throughout empty space and the Dharma realm. The last line, Na Mo Yin Tuo Le Yi, refers to what Chinese people call the Jade Emperor. Those who do not understand the Buddha Dharma say, the Jade Emperor belongs to Taoism. We shouldn't bow to him. They don't realize that the Jade Emperor is just Lord Chakra. As Buddha's disciples, we should also respect him and gather him in. This first section of the Shurangama mantra is the section for protecting and supporting the Triple Jewel. Therefore, when this section is recited, all the demons, goblins, ghosts, and other strange creatures flee far away. They retreat as far as they can go. Therefore, in Buddhism it is said that if there is even one person in the world who can recite the Shurangama mantra, then the demons, goblins, ghosts, and all the other weird creatures will not dare to openly show themselves in the world. If not even one person can recite the Shurangama mantra from memory, then at that point all the demons, goblins, ghosts, and all the other weird creatures will appear in the world. They will wreak havoc, but no one will recognize them. Right now, since there are still people who can recite the Shurangama mantra, the demons, goblins, ghosts, and all the other weird creatures don't dare to openly show themselves in the world. There is a verse which expresses the meaning of this section of mantra. 1,000 red lotuses protect one's body, as one sits astride a black unicorn. Seeing this, the myriad demons go away to hide. Dharma Master Ji Gong had this wonderful sound. 1,000 red lotuses protect one's body. 1,000 red lotuses come to protect your body, as one sits astride a black unicorn. When you recite the mantra, you are sitting astride a unicorn. Seeing this, the myriad demons go away to hide. They all flee, because they are afraid to face such awesome virtue. We all know about the character Ji Gong in Buddhism. In his time, Ji Gong used this section of mantra, so the verse says, Dharma Master Ji Gong had this wonderful sound. This verse gives the general meaning of this section of mantra text. If we were to go into detail, the Shurangama mantra is wonderful beyond words. Thus it is also said, the esoteric wonder is inexhaustible. It is truly difficult to fathom. The secret words of Vajra come from the inherent nature. The Shurangama mantra contains miraculous wonders. Cultivators and ordinary people can open the 5 eyes and 6 penetrations. The esoteric wonder is inexhaustible. It is truly difficult to fathom. The Shurangama mantra is extremely wonderful, and its transformations are inconceivable. It is very difficult to fathom. The secret words of Vajra come from the inherent nature. The secret words of Vajra, the Shurangama mantra, is the secret within the secret. It is Vajra that supports and protects this mantra, which comes from our own Buddha nature. The Shurangama mantra contains miraculous wonders. The Shurangama mantra is also known as a magical text. It is very miraculous and especially potent. That's why it is said, the Shurangama mantra contains miraculous wonders. Cultivators and ordinary people can open the 5 eyes and 6 penetrations. If you constantly recite the Shurangama mantra with single-minded concentration, not thinking of anything else, you can attain the 5 eyes and the 6 penetrations. You can experience inconceivable states and transformations which are beyond the understanding of ordinary people. Therefore, I hope everyone will study and recite the Shurangama Sutra, and recite the Shurangama mantra from memory. Most scholars say the Shurangama Sutra is false and claim that it was not spoken by the Buddha. They say they have various pieces of evidence and documents to support it. This is all because they fear the Shurangama Sutra and have no way to deal with the principles in the Shurangama Sutra. What they fear most in the Shurangama Sutra are the 4 clear instructions on purity. The 4 clear instructions on purity serve as a demon spotting mirror. All the demons, goblins, ghosts, and weird creatures are reflected in the true form. Furthermore, the section on the 50 skandha demons exposes the celestial demons and externalists to the bone, enabling people to recognize their demonic appearance. Anyone who can memorize the Shurangama Sutra is a true disciple of the Buddha. In the declining period of the Buddha Dharma, the first sutra to disappear will be the Shurangama Sutra. Why will it disappear? Because these so-called scholars, professors, and even left-home people all claim it is false. Over time, their theory will become widespread, and people will all believe what they say and take the Shurangama Sutra to be false. Even Buddhist disciples will consider it false, and after a while the sutra will disappear. That is how the sutras become extinct. People no longer study them, so they disappear. In the Shurangama Sutra, the 4 clear instructions on purity which explain killing, stealing, lust, and lying, are absolutely accurate and definite. That's why those scholars and professors fear the 4 clear instructions on purity. They only want to listen to muddled instructions and are terribly afraid of the clear instructions. If they admitted that the Shurangama Sutra is true, they would have no ground to stand upon. They would not be able to defend their smoking, drinking, and womanizing, for everyone would know them for what they are. The principles of the Shurangama Sutra are extremely accurate, extremely logical, and as clear as can be. That is why the entire Shurangama Sutra is a demon-spotting mirror. When this demon-spotting mirror is hung up, the demons, goblins, ghosts, and weird creatures are frightened out of their wits. If what I have just said about the Shurangama Sutra and Shurangama mantra does not accord with the Buddha's mind and the sutra's meaning, and if the Shurangama Sutra is really false, I am willing to stay forever in the hells and never come out to see the people in the world. Although I am a stupid person, I am not so foolish that I would want to go to the hells and never come out. For that reason, you should all deeply believe in the Shurangama Sutra and Shurangama mantra. What I have just said is my vow. If what I said does not accord with the Buddha's mind, I am willing to go to the hells. I now request the infinite, endless, eternally dwelling Buddhas, Dharma, and Sangha, the triple jewel in the 10 directions throughout empty space and the Dharma realm, to silently certify what I have said and to enable all living beings to quickly realize the Buddha way. I also request the Bodhisattvas, Mahasattvas in the 10 directions, the sound hearers and those enlightened by conditions in the 10 directions, all the worthies and sages in the Sangha, and all the Dharma protecting gods of the radiant assembly, to emit light and shine upon all living beings, enabling them to leave suffering, attain bliss, and be liberated from birth and death. I also pray that all of you good and wise advisors will instruct me if I have said something that disagrees with the Buddha Dharma. Although I am not intelligent, I hope you will try to teach me. Since I am a very stupid person with limited views, my words are far from perfect. Whether you are a left-home person or a layperson, I hope you will kindly teach me. I shall bow in respect and be grateful all my life. If there is anyone who recites the Shurangama Sutra, I am willing to serve and make offerings to such a cultivator all my life. When the proper Dharma prospers, the Shurangama prospers. When the proper Dharma declines, the Shurangama becomes extinct. From this, you should all realize how important the Shurangama Sutra is in Buddhism. The Shurangama is for opening wisdom. The Dharma Flower is for becoming a Buddha. The Avatamsaka is for teaching living beings. Therefore, in America I started out by lecturing on the Shurangama Sutra to a group of over 30 students from the University of Washington in Seattle.